Greetings, students, and welcome to week 4, socialization. All right, so what are we going to be doing this week? This week, we are going to learn how people become people. I know that sounds silly. Aren't people always people? Aren't you just born a person? No, you're not. You learn how to become a person. Over many, many years, over many, many decades, you learn how to become a person. And this week, we are going to learn the process by which we learn to become people. And that's socialization. And it is truly fascinating. It truly is. We're going to learn a lot of interesting things this week. So this week, we are going to be reading chapter 5. That is the socialization chapter. So read chapter 5 for me, and then we'll take our chapter 5 quiz as usual. This week, our keywords and concepts videos look a little weird. I do apologize for that. Normally, they're kind of like these neatly lined up 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. This week, it didn't really work for that. So we kind of just have it separated by the stuff you guys need to know. So we have a video on Mead stages of development. We have a video on Kohlberg stages of development. We have a video that's just straight keywords and concepts, and then we have our theoretical perspectives video. So there's 4 videos, like there always are, they just look a little different for this week because of the nature of what we are learning. So go ahead and go through those for me. And then this week we're going to be learning about the case of Jeannie Wiley. So we have, as always, a video, because I love documentaries for sociology. It's like the best way to teach this. Unfortunately, the one that I normally use has disappeared from the Internet Archive, which annoys me greatly. But it's not your fault. I found something else. It's on YouTube, so it's easy enough to get to. It's good information. It's just not the original one with Walter Cronkite that I liked, which makes me sad personally, but you guys are fine. And then after that, we have a discussion board post. Now, I know you guys are used to the discussion board post by now, but we're kind of changing the format just a little bit to open it up. Basically, I want you guys to be able to, at this point, you've taken your first exam. You guys did great. You've taken your first exam. You guys have kind of figured out how this class works. I don't think I need to necessarily hold your hands through each chapter anymore. Tell me if I'm wrong. We can change that. That's fine. But I think we're at a point where we can kind of open the discussion up a little bit more, let everybody talk about the things they find interesting. Feel free to respond to each other. I have them set up so that you can do that if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. I know you have other things to do. But if you find something particularly interesting and you want to get into it, absolutely. So for this week, our discussion board post is going to be a little bit different. So what I would recommend you do, because it's basically a number of questions and you can choose which question you want to answer. To explore different concepts within the documentary. So what I would do for this, I have the link to YouTube up. I would have the YouTube thing up on one tab, and then on my other tab, I would have the discussion board post up, just so that you can see all the questions and kind of start thinking about them as you're watching the documentary. So that would be my piece of advice for doing that this week as we watch that documentary, and it's just the one. So quiz this week. Discussion board post this week. That's it. Pretty low stakes week. One reminder though, I did want to include in this video, because it is a little bit more work. Next week, your background research and methodology will be due for your signature assignment. If you're going, what's a signature assignment? I don't know what that is. You might want to go back to week 1 and watch my assignments video where I go over all of your assignments. I would always recommend looking at the syllabus or my assignments video before you email me questions that have been answered in the syllabus. Not your professor's favorite thing. So that information's there. But that's coming up next week. There'll be a separate video going over the details of that as usual. But I just wanted to give you a heads up, a reminder that is coming up, and it might take you a little bit longer to start putting that together. So you might want to be thinking about that this week. So that's all we have going on this week, just the quiz and the discussion board, pretty low stakes week, so you might want to be working on that assignment coming up next week. That might be a good idea. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.